continues. Oh no, it keeps following Basim.
Need to cloak myself.
Which will make the stealthing here a lot funnier.
I prefer to work in the shadows.
Well, you apparently prefer to cooperate with a horse. What the fuck? Okay.
What do you see?
Alrighty then. It seems to be a stream. Come on. Show me I have audio. Just some small setup issues, I guess. I'm streaming and somehow...
Let's reopen that door. And see. Bowling ball, a boxing glove, and a gun. Well, we know that the gun made holes in the walls, and we can shoot it, so I guess we shoot the cheese, make it Swiss cheese that way. Leave the room, Uli, let me see something different. Give me a moment to finish the puzzle.
Take that, you law-breaking dairy products.
Sam, no! The cheese was innocent!
Innocent? I think not. Voila, Swiss cheese. Or close enough to fool the casual observer, anyway.
Don't say voila.
I like that he shot all of the cheese, but then only picks up like one piece.
There is this rope thingy. Maybe we can slide down there and drop. I mean, technically it's probably possible in-game. The question is, can I pull it off? Oh, the music is nice. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, that worked. There's a chest to loot. Even some food to heal me from the fall damage. That's nice. Now we just have to figure out how to get down here again. I see a little problem with my plan.
Rub it often to measure your progress towards true bliss.
Oh boy, a pet unicorn! I shall call him Horny.
Oh my, how lewd.
It works much better if you actually manage to push the button soon enough.
Okay,
Let me
let's
do
try
the honor
this.
of breaking Ragnar's shield wall.
I hope you will. Let me now prepare the shield wall. Lord Ragnar, will this be the day? Stand fast, warrior. And if Loki...
Whoa. Heal. Oh. Whoa. Okay, that didn't work well. Oh, the dump truck is pulling up outside and flashing its warning light at me. It's a very hectic flash signal light this time that they have on their dump truck. That's interesting. Usually it's, you know, slower blinking on and off, and now it's kind of like bloop, 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 bloop. So much from the dump truck story outside Uli's door.
Yeah, I hate reloading. I mean, it's my fault for not stopping to shoot, but still.
A sea lion. That's cool. It's my hill. I did it my hill. And now the end is near. Wait, no, he had food up there, didn't he? Or did I already eat that?
Let's just risk it. Oh, leap of faith. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Sorry, another photo up. This time, selfie.
Okay. Why is the chicken attacking me? Seriously. Do they have attack chickens here? What the heck?
What's that?
Somebody left a footprint here in the dust.
My foot's bigger.
No! Max! You destroyed Neil's footprint. You have a soundbite of your friend Reaper after tricking him into saying "touch me daddy" on stream, which you just did. But hopefully I spoke it all in one long go, so it won't be able to be clipped as well. I guess I just put a challenge by accident. And are you still there?
What? What did he just say? Captain Picard?
Seems I can just throw any block. Oh no, what did it do? Like a split like it just opened up and I couldn't even, like, is it faster? Did anyone see?
And I wonder how that works, like whether it was just that, you know, the kind of people, you know, that being outside of town kind of protected them from, you know, I don't know if they, you know, took apart a body to see out how it worked, that then nobody would, you know, see them do it, and that way, you know. Webcam is missing. There. Hello. Welcome. We're doing the last Assassin's Creed Valhalla stream of the week. We still have a lot of game to go, apparently. Even though we're over 3/4 through now, so I hope we'll be making it. Which reminds me, I should have actually checked what percentage we are at right now, but we can do that by clicking Ubisoft and seeing what it shows us. Can't we? Because I'm curious right now how far we are actually. So let's see, statistics. So let's see, 82%. We're getting there. After 196 hours. So I think it's pretty clear that after today we'll be at least at, you know, like at 199 hours. No, actually, just remember, of course, we're having a half-hour shorter stream. So we'll probably be at 198 only. But next week, first stream, we will be hitting the 2-hour mark. And we have unlocked all 133 skills in every skill tree. That's impressive as well. So a lot of stuff that we achieved in this game, but 82%, holy Hannah. Anyway, I hope you're having a good Friday morning and you're looking forward to your weekend. Or if you're working on the weekend, then I hope that you had a good, I don't know, if you've had your quote-unquote weekend just now, then I hope it's ending well. I hope that this stream is improving things. Or if your weekend won't be coming for a while, then, well, sucks to be you. No, no, anyway, yeah, I hope you're having a good day. We are in Snotinghamshire. Snotinghamshire, I guess, is the correct pronunciation. And we're supposed to meet old man Tryggve to help him keep the peace in this city, apparently. So, let's do this then, I guess, and get going. Let me just quickly get my sound check headphone out of that ear and put me back on stereo. There, that's much better. And these people are talking quite a lot. I mean, kind of like I am, but hey. Alright, so let's see, where were we? Here, yes. Let's see what's going on here. So yeah, we're still preparing for the funeral of what was his name, Hemwege or something? Well, of the old Jarl, and still hoping that we can get his son to step up, or alternately
Our strong feelings for
Hemming.
Festive.
Too festive and too soon. Fires, fights, and every man soaked in mead. Ugh, this has gone too far.
Hemthorpe could burn before the pyre's lit.
Gods, have I failed my dear Jarl?
Peace, Tryggve. I'll do what I can to calm things.
This is not a good start to this mission. Like, first, I only knew what this mission was about from the quest list and the description there, where it said, the funeral festivities are getting out of hand, and Tryggve has requested for Eivor's help in pacifying the situation, find and calm the guests. We haven't actually seen anything, and nobody in-game has actually come to us telling us that. So, I mean, you know, this is a great game, and this is a minor niggle, but I was never... I'm never really a fan of missions that just pop up, and where basically only the flavor text tells you really what's going on. I mean, he kind of... Like, I don't know, this situation, you know, isn't clear. There are people here standing and yelling something, but they don't seem to be yelling at him, and I don't know, it's just weirdly not really very well done, you know. It feels like, well, someone had to use a bunch of NPCs and make them look angry. Who was that? Okay, just a random NPC. Okay, not... For a moment I thought they had accidentally made the dead Hemming Jarl walk around here like any other NPC. Which, you know, admittedly would have been a fun bug. Dead walking and everything. Anyway. Okay, there are people here, here, and here, who are a bit grumpy, apparently.
Saxon did what? How dare he insult our culture? He's a dead man if I ever get my hands on him.
You? Yeah, feelings seem to be running high. Oops. Whoops. What are you doing down there?
Help! Fire! Save my Voda, it burns!
What is this Voda you speak of?
A gift without price, fit for a Jarl's lips. But hurry, it catches flame.
Oh, given, you might have heard the word vodka, which apparently means like little water. So yeah, I think she's making booze and her place is catching fire. Can we do anything here? That looks like we might be able to get through here.
Fire! Save my Voda, it burns!
Is that what we were supposed to? Let's see.
If this is your Voda, I managed to save it from the licking flames.
You dared Surtur's heat, yes! A most potent drink, distilled from grain by the Rus of Kiev. Dip your horn and have a drink.
A bit of drink in the belly never hurt.
I don't want to be
Watch
drunk.
yourself. The Voda sneaks up on you quick.
Oh, and the house has stopped burning. How convenient. Alright, yeah, this is, I'm not even sure if that was the mission I was supposed to do, because it doesn't tell me anything.
Go, Sunan.
Yeah, it seems we only have 2 points left. So I guess that was the right mission. Sorry. Oh, and now we're getting drunk after all. Okay. Not a fan of this drunk effect. They're using it a lot in this game. Who are you? Oh, Yums Viking. Okay.
Change your mind. I will be here.
Come out, you dung-eating rat!
No, you'll hurt me. Okay, what are they doing?
What madness is this?
You dare wash our beloved Hemingir with your filth!
I asked you a question, friend.
There's a Saxon within. One stupid enough to try sending Hemingir to heaven over Valhalla. Now he cowers behind a locked door.
I only did right by his immortal soul.
You will get what is right for you.
Calm yourselves, all of you. I'll speak with him, unmask his true intentions.
Get that stain out here now.
This feels a little like busy work. I guess, like, I respect the story behind it, that, you know, might be well-meaning. You know, but cultural differences might mean that You know, like the Saxons and the Norse, the Saxons and the Norse that both respected Hemming were, you know, might do things differently.
The people are quite upset.
Leave me be! I did nothing wrong!
You should walk out of here on your own before you cannot walk at all.
Yes, I'll walk. Don't hurt me, please. There's a key there. If you open the door, I will follow you out.
But what is... Did we do anything?
You've got the key! Use it!
Okay, so I guess we're... Oh, okay.
You paid for your wrongs, desecrator.
Enough. Let him speak to explain himself.
I loved Hemminger. I swear. I only want him to fly free in the kingdom of God.
So you drench his body with your filth waters?
Is it your Christian holy water?
Of course. I anointed him in the name of the Lord.
So here's the thing, you were wrong to bless your dead Jarl. That means we're, you know, I don't think we necessarily agree with that. You know, he was trying to do good by him. Who cares if a little water puts down his customs a little bit, but might make the others. So I guess stop embarrassing yourselves, but that might just annoy both of them. But let's see what she actually says in this situation.
Shut your mouths, both of you. Your antics have outlasted their welcome. Now go.
Okay. That, I guess we've sent everyone away, although we didn't quite settle anything. Yeah, I think this mission, I respect what it's, you know, what the idea behind it was. But the actual execution isn't quite landing with me. It's fine, you know, I can do it. I can... So... It's okay, but like... You know, if you look at what it is, first it pops up unmotivatedly, just like without really being introduced or anything in my mission log. And then second, like the individual scenes that we get to are all, it seems all like, you know, reused, if that makes sense. This quest was done by the intern while the scriptwriters were out on a team building playing Dungeons & Dragons. Yeah, it feels kind of like that, you know, that it was someone's first quest. And, you know, they were basically trying to set up crowd NPCs and things like that. Or, you know, it was just like in the end, oh, we haven't done this scene yet, or the scene we meant to do didn't quite work out. Quick, do something to illustrate, you know, what's going on in the city. And it's like, we're not really giving any meaningful answers. So like the writing isn't quite landing. Okay, what's going on?
Stay back, foul beasts! Helpless! Flee, warrior, flee! Loki's horse is wasted!
You mean Hemminger's famous fighting roosters?
Dragons with mighty claws! Save me from their wrath!
Can we maybe... Wait, let's see if we can turn off our weapons for the moment. And maybe leave a few of them alive. Oh, okay, they die anyway. His famous roosters.
Thank you, mighty Thor. You've saved my life.
When you sober up, steer clear of roosters. Some order seems to have been restored. Now to Tryggvi, to let him know.
Aww. I'm sad that we couldn't, like, knock them out or herd them in or something like that. Alright, I guess let's reactivate our weapons before we forget it and get into trouble. Alright. Still only have 10 and we need 11. Okay. I guess we'll go back to Tryggvi and see. But yeah, I hope that it's just this partial mission and that this isn't what will happen in this greater mission going forward.
I have calmed the guests as much as they can be in their grief.
They mourn. It is to be expected. Still, thank you.
And how do you feel, old friend?
I mourn more deeply than most, I think.
Hemminger would be proud of what you have accomplished here. All you have done for him.
I hope so.
This ache will pass, Tryggvi. With time.
Yes, it will.
The Alding is tomorrow, and a Jarl must be chosen. I should speak with Sunniva about this.
I kind of I would like if we could talk to him and like to both candidates, if we could, you know, talk to them with regards to them becoming Jarl, you know, and kind of like we haven't really heard from Tryggvi whether he actually wants to do this job and what he thinks. And like, you know, Tryggvi is a lot older as well. So the question is, if we pick Tryggvi, you know, how long will that solve the problem? Or will that just mean, you know, that in a few years the same situation will be there again? Alright. These spores really like to pick a fight. What are you two doing? Are you... yeah, you are attacking. Well, free leather and a little bit of XP. At least there's that. But in general, I have to say I like the general layout of this mission, and like what we've done so far was okay and the characters were done well. And I like the idea behind this mission that we actually see there are some tensions, you know, between the Saxons and the Norse still, and you know, at least that part of the mission was also good. And I wish they'd focused more on that aspect, you know. But I don't know, maybe... I mean, we've had a few missions now that kind of showed that, like the previous one as well, like the previous state or kingdom or whatever we call these little slots on the map.
Did you consult the Volva? And were your questions answered?
Some questions were answered, others I must answer myself. Do you think there is a place for Vili in our settlement? He expressed a desire to live and work with us.
Will he not be Jarl of this shire before the day's end?
That remains to be seen. Some are more eager to see Tryggvi in the high seat.
Eivor, Tryggvi has no intention to lead. He feels duty-bound to follow his master into death.
Absolutely not. My father would never allow such foolishness. How else can I honor my Jarl, old as I am? This is no country for me. The future is yours, Vili. The flames of this pyre will burn for my father. You must live. I forbid you to follow him into death. I will not let you sacrifice yourself. Do you forbid me as a friend, Vili? Or as our new Jarl? As a man who would see you come to your senses.
Vili, Tryggvi. Each man wears one of Hemminger's boots, with both men unwilling to seize the other.
Does the world need such useless dithering men? Why not stake a claim yourself? Take this shire for your own.
It is not my place.
Your place is anywhere you lay your head, any hill you summit, any silver you take for your own. Do not limit yourself to niceties.
Snotinghamshire deserves a leader to admire. A man the people can trust. Most love Vili, and he loves them. But he lacks the will to be leader. He could learn, but does he wish to? And Tryggvi, sturdy and wise, and loyal to the legacy Hemminger Jarl left behind. Almost to a fault. But he is old, and his thrill for living has fled him. Hardly inspiring.
You cannot! I will not allow it! I am not asking for your permission. Only your forgiveness. Gods, Eivor, put a stop to this fool's death wish.
Oh. I wonder if we can... Is it a thing that they could collaborate on something like that? You know, could you say, you know, Vili will be Jarl in name and Tryggvi will be, you know, his advisor? And here's the, you know, that's the problem with this world. Like, for Vikings, it's probably, you know, not unusual. Like, we've heard this story from Birna when we were on the boat, where she said, you know, that someone jumped on the funeral pyre with his love and leaving behind his family. And things like that. I'm not sure if I'd call it that. Shadow Chancellor kind of has like, at least to me, has certain connotations, you know, like either, I mean, in the UK, Shadow Chancellor is an actual office, you know, like it's basically the opposition leader. So, and otherwise, I think it more has the, you know, of someone operating from the shadows. Which I think Tryggve would also not be, you know, but it would be more like, you know, like the minister of the interior versus the minister of the exterior or something like that, you know, where Vili would basically, you know, he is the warrior and he is the face, so he would be like a combination of like a prime minister or like basically like the I guess in UK terms would probably be better. Like the Queen is not really ruling the country in the UK. She's a representative of the country who has like mostly symbolic right to approve any laws that are made, and can basically, I mean, she can technically, I think, refuse to approve laws. But, you know, it's not quite simple. But, you know, like, she represents the state more than she does actual policy or law or whatever, you know. And so Vili would basically be the guy who goes if there's a threat from the outside or something, like, you know, he would be the leader of war bands, like the wartime leader, and the representative, whereas Tryggve would be, you know, the local civilian governor. You know, I could imagine something like that working, you know. So I think I'll go with 1 just because I'm hoping I can somehow get them to collaborate, or at least can get, you know, Tryggve to teach and guide Vili for a while until he can stand on his own 2 feet.
This is no small decision, Tryggve, and not without great cost. The Shire will be diminished without you.
But I have nobody left. My life's purpose lies dead upon that pyre.
That is not so. When people look to my father for guidance, who do they see him turn to for counsel?
Hemminger Jarl was my rock. Yes, I gave him counsel, but he made the hard choices.
If Hemminger were here, would he not urge you to wield this wisdom for the betterment of all? And was your vow to serve Hemminger Jarl unto death, or to serve his legacy in life?
I will stay. You have wisdom, Eivor. More than I could have guessed.
Now let's see if we can get the other side. If we can get if we can get them to share this pair of shoes that was mentioned. But it's a nice metaphor that each one wears 1 shoe and is afraid to put on the other.
Eivor!
Sunniva!
Picts were spotted moments ago, lurking in the thicket. Vili gave chase.
Arshstick! You should have roused me first. Show me where he went.
Let us wake the others. The dark is lousing with Picts.
I'll kill them all myself. We should keep this a secret. Our clans are drunk. What? There is no option. Raise the others. So I kind of want to say, you know, like, we don't want to cause a panic. You know, because they're kind of all drunk and things like that. And, you know, sad and...
The nobles are too drunk to join this fight. It would be a slaughter on both sides.
You know best, Drengur. Just take care, will you?
Okay.
His rage has consumed him, Eivor. All this anger, this sadness, it has truly taken form.
Arstig was never one to temper his emotions. This was bound to happen. I should have been more vigilant.
Do not blame yourself, Drengur.
He always had me to watch his back, as children. And again now, if this rampage is what he needs to rid himself of the sick that binds him, I will at least make sure he does not hurt himself.
Thank Odin he has the mighty Wolf-Kissed as his shadow.
There are things we do for family, Sunniva. No questions asked. For you, I would have done the same. For any of Raven clan.
We know, Drengur. That is why we are sworn to you. Here, Eivor. This was where Vili saw the scout killed and then charged after the enemy ahead. I will head back to Hemthorpe and make sure our ravens stand vigilant. Return to us safely, Drengur.
Alright. Yeah, I guess that's the answer I want to give.
What see you, old friend?
I guess he followed someone into a cave. That doesn't look good.
I should not be seen in this area.
Huh? It's weird, like this. I think, like, starting with the previous mission, there were so many spots where there is just a little bump in the road, and your character just gets stuck on it. So it really feels like it's missing, you know, a manual pass over the automatically generated the automatically generated collision information for the landscape or something like that. Now, you know, I don't know actually how these Assassin's Creed games are made. I'm making assumptions here, so I might just be making completely nonsensical assumptions here. Did I see? Okay, the key is somewhere there in the water. I guess while we're here, I thought this might be a way to where we can sneak around and then be more stealthy. Not sure that even connects. Nope, doesn't look like it connects. A key. Well, at least we've gotten some loot out of this. Forgot a bit of iron. But They are running ahead. Why can't I shoot this guy? Alright. Still doing the sneaky sneak. Of course, we can't just pick them off from a distance. Picked them off from a distance, as the pun invites itself.
Stop, Willy. They're gone. It's done.
Pah! I've seen roosters fight with more spirit.
Oddly enough, so have I.
Is it thunder?
Footsteps.
We need to fall back. Follow me. Quickly.
Give me a second. There is loot to be looted. And, okay, that's just health. His voice seems familiar. The same voice actor played someone else. Surprisingly well. Where's the last of you? Oh, no, I want to loot. Willy, don't run ahead. Jeez, dude. That was a waste of a perfectly good arrow. Plan of attack. Your aid in kidnapping Hemthorpe residents has proved valuable knowledge to take to the battles and sieges to come. Hemming Jarl suspects nothing yet, but we need to be careful. See what else you can find out so that we may both profit from the fall of these offshore invaders. Uh-oh. Why did you run back here and then run back again? Oh, what's this? This looks good. This seems to be leading to a book. No, Alright. Can we get up there? Okay. And now we should be able, yes, to go up and... No! This is really that annoying then. What are you doing? Controls are really not quite... Okay, and now over there. Poisonous powder trap. Good, we're using that a lot. Good. This is like, I see exactly that they wanted us to walk this way, but it's a bit buggy. Whose voice is that we heard before? Like, I know we've heard this voice actor in some bigger role before. Like, I think someone older as well. All right. La 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 la, but we can do this, and now the village will probably...
Save your honey words for when we get out of here alive, Arstick.
So I think we heard like lots of footsteps, right? So that would kind of imply that they're probably attacking the village now. Probably via some underground smuggler tunnels or something.
Ah, my sword's thunderhammer. That quickened the blood.
Wild and reckless, like our first battles together. Remember the island north of Stavanger?
I do. Kjotve the Cruel trained his berserkers there.
Great lumbering fools, foaming at the mouth. We taunted them from the treetops.
And the drunk one, remember? Naked as the morning. Froze his cock off trying to find us.
Then fell to humping a snowdrift.
Were you glad to hear from me?
I did wonder what trouble you had been up to. But I smiled at hearing your name, and I wondered if you had taken after your father. If you were now leading your clan.
Well, you have your answer. I'd sooner take after a troll and leave this clan in your hands.
That I will not do.
When my father was named Jarl, he had no one to help him, and still he triumphed. But I am not my father. I simply want to roam. Do you think Sleipnir would be content bound to a stable, no matter how glorious it may be? Hey, what is that for?
You have friends, Vili. What about Tryggvi and me? Your clan.
Of course. I know that.
You can't roam forever. Keep that in mind. You are surrounded by those who love you, and that will not change unless you push it all away.
You speak a truth. I understand.
Troll-faced arstick.
A chicken draugr. Is such a thing possible? For that does not seem possible.
Voda too. A water infused with fire. I do not lie. Your father's death aside, Billy. This has been good. Fun even.
Do you ever wonder what might have happened if we had not been separated by the North Sea so early in our lives? What adventures we would have had. The raids, the battles, the glory. I even think about what we might have been to each other.
You know, me personally, I think he's a cool guy. You know, he's about to take on like a really big job that he didn't really want. At least if I manage to pull this off. Oh, hi Lucius, how's it going? So I'm kind of wondering, you know, like it makes sense that he would kind of have a bit of a rebellious phase here, until he accepts what he has to do. And you know, that's the whole, you know, good sign of a good leader thing, where you say, hey, you know, that you don't want to give power to the persons who want it. You want to give power to, you know, the persons that will do a good job at it, but rather maybe not want it. You know, because they will not, you know, hopefully not get as power drunk, because they go like, no, this is enough. I've already got my plate full. Like personally, I would say this is a cool character. We should try out the romance, if there is one. Or if it's, my guess is it's just, you know, like an sleep with him here situation. Maybe. But on the other hand, I mean, for one thing, we have a romance that we chose, which hasn't kept us from, you know, having quick flings before. But I think I really like their friendship. So, I don't know. Like, I would go in that direction, you know? You probably think about things like that sometimes and go, could there be more? Or something like that, you know, it's a natural thought. But my guess is the game will that will kind of take us in the direction of romance, whereas I'm more interested kind of in the abstract side. So this is actually kind of a hard decision, because like I think the game, if I choose this, will go like farther than I mean to, whereas this sounds a bit brasher. But I think I'll go with that just because it's more likely that this is more than I want to say than that this is ruder than I want to say. I think she'll probably, you know, that this is probably just a shortened form. So yeah, let's try and see what she says here. Although, you know, like the if there's a romance here, that would be kind of interesting.
No, I never dwell on our past that way. I find it slows me down to a crawl, and I'm not made for crawling. I think I'll turn in. Long day ahead.
Tempted to save scum and go back. And see what that does.
Are you going?
With so much on my mind, I haven't slept a wink. The funeral, the fame.
Wait, oh no, we can't. Go to option menu. No. Okay. Yeah, I can't really chicken out of this without listening to it to the end.
I should get back.
I understand. I'll see you there.
I think even if the other answer would give us the romance.
Billy, gone already. To prepare for the funeral.
Okay, let's see if we can go back. Let's see if that is enough. 53 is right before the conversation, I hope. But I think we've spent longer in that conversation, haven't we? So that was probably...
Gone already.
Yeah, okay.
To prepare for the funeral, I imagine.
That was the save after. $45, 53. Let's see what point this save is as. I hope it's not too far back. I guess I should have smelled that coming and done a quick save.
A moment to catch my breath.
Ah, okay. It's right before the conversation. That's good.
Ah, my sword's thunderhammer. That quickened the blood.
Wild and reckless, like our first battles together. Remember the island north of Stavanger?
I do. Kjotve the Cruel trained his berserkers there.
Great lumbering fools, foaming at the mouth. We taunted them from the treetops.
And the drunk one, remember? Naked as the morning. Froze his cock off trying to find us.
Then fell to humping a snowdrift.
Were you glad to hear from me?
I did wonder what trouble you had been up to. But I smiled at hearing your name, and I wondered if you had taken after your father. If you were now leading your clan.
Well, you have your answer. I'd sooner take after a troll and leave this clan in your hands.
That I will not do.
Would be an interesting choice, though, if we could go here and say, hey, I'll be leader.
Was named Jarl. He had no one to help him, and still he triumphed. But I am not my father. I simply want to roam. Do you think Sleipnir would be content bound to a stable, no matter how glorious it may be? Hey, what is that for?
You have friends, Vili. What about Tryggvi and me and your clan?
Of course. I know that.
You can't roam forever. Keep that in mind. You are surrounded by those who love you, and that will not change unless you push it all away.
You speak the truth. I understand.
Troll-faced arstick.
A chicken draugr. Is such a thing possible? For that does not seem possible.
Voda too. A water infused with fire. I do not lie. Your father's death aside, Billy. This has been good. Fun even.
Do you ever wonder what might have happened if we had not been separated by the North Sea so early in our lives? What adventures we would have had. The raids, the battles, the glory. I even think about what we might have been to each other.
Okay, let's go for that other choice and see what happens. Maybe we get more choices.
I have, fondly. And often enough that it sometimes seemed you never left. Maybe you never did.
I want you, Eivor. Your warmth. Your touch.
It's a difficult decision. I think we'll leave it there. Although, you know, I'm curious about that scene. I admit that freely. I mean, it's just a fade to black anyway, but you know.
Billy, no. That will not happen, I'm sorry. Get some rest, eh?
I think this is as much as I can go for with the way I see Eivor.
With so much on my mind, I haven't slept a wink. The funeral, the Thanes. I should get back.
I understand. I'll see you there. Billy, gone already. To prepare for the funeral, I imagine.
The funny thing is when he said, you know, it kind of, I'd rather, you know, let you take over the village. I went like something in my head went, well, I already have Ravensthorpe, but the thing is, I don't, or Eivor doesn't, you know. Like, we've been standing in for Sigurd. But, you know, Sigurd is right in that, you know, he is the leader of Ravensthorpe. He just wasn't there for a long time. So, we leave an ingot behind there. Let's go for that ingot while I muse. Where is that anyway?
This area is off limits.
Well, that's fine. We just killed everyone. Oh, or maybe we didn't. Hi guys. anyway, so yeah, so I find it funny that given we were standing in for Sigurd, even I, you know, not just Eivor as accused, have forgotten that we're not really the leader of this village. Like, we fulfilled that function. But we're not, and that was always supposed to be temporary. And I find that funny, you know? Like, it makes it much more clear to me, you know, how Eivor, or how Sigurd, you know, how justified Sigurd is actually in, you know, in his impression that Eivor has gotten comfortable in this position. Oh, up there? Yeah. Alright, so we have to find... Oh, we actually got to loot a few people here. So how do we get up there? Probably with this. That wasn't just blocking the Book of Knowledge. Yes, that works. Good. You know, so it's easy to get comfortable if you have to perform a function. Even if you maybe originally did not mean it, you know, did not want it, or you know, were aware that it's just temporary. If you do it long enough, it becomes the new normal. And unless, you know, it gives you, I don't know, stress nightmares and things, and you're glad to see it go, then it's not unlikely that you would just go like, why shouldn't I keep doing this? It's fine, you know. I love that this automatic rotation is in the ladder, so that if you're on the wrong side of the ladder, hello? Anyway. So I guess we gotta go back. Is there a fast travel point anywhere near there? No. Okay, so we go to speak to Willy then. And so actually his suggestion to say, hey, you could take this over, is not as bizarre as it feels to me for a moment, you know, going like, being focused on this game and Eivor's goals here. And so, I mean, I guess if you've worked this far to make the area livable for that one village, you know, and you have friends and loved ones in that village, it would be a hard thing to say now, okay, I'll leave that village and go here and take over. But then on the other hand, you know, if you had an affair with Willy here, you could say, okay, I'm going here to live with him, and I'll have like the job progression, as you would call it today, where, you know, we would actually be Jarl of this place, and we would have the personal, you know, the affair, or the, not just affair, you know, like we would have someone we like and know and love. You know, we would have a good friend here. And a few more. And, you know, we could work with him. You know, it doesn't have to... He would be the warrior going out, and we would be more sitting around here doing, you know, our... like doing communal politics, basically. But, you know, he could kind of be the war chief still. So that all makes sense and works.
So many Danes, so many Norse. This will be the send-off Heminger deserves.
All the funeral preparations are in order. Be patient, Heminger Jarl. We're about to send you on your final journey.
But yeah, and you know, it would be interesting, like, it would be a substantial choice in this game if you could go, you know what, I take over. And suddenly you manage, you know, a different city, maybe a larger one. And, you know, but that would mean that a lot of characters, you know, you would have an issue with, like, with storytelling wise. You've built up a bunch of characters and now they're not as readily available. Like, I guess you could say Dima could come over here and be your blacksmith, so there's someone you already know here, and they don't have to do a new model or whatever, you know. But she would be here instead of Gunnar. That would kind of make sense. You could say, you know, maybe even Randvi or whoever you romanced would come with you. Of course, if it was Randvi, that would be... like, she is the one character that could probably not leave. You know, because she's Sigurd's wife. But like, if it was Petra or someone like that, we could say, you know, like, sure, she'll come with you. So that part of the story could be kept on as well. But I mean, here, 80% into the story, they won't make a change like that. It would have to happen earlier, so there's still enough time in the game left for you to form new relationships with these characters before they become relevant to, like, the climax of the story or something like that. So basically that's a different game. Or, I mean, you know, given how... I mean, this is a fairly high-level area, so you can kind of say that they don't intend that to happen. But if this was a lower-level area, and we just had done it fairly towards the end, then it could just be that they say, hey, yeah, this choice is really intended to be done early on, but we'll still let you do it. You've probably experienced a lot of the stories we wanted you to tell you already. And I guess, you know, if Sigurd now called upon us to say, hey, we're, I don't know, we found something and I need your help to uncover that, or something like that. Or you've been here so far, I'm bringing you along. You know, something like that. Or, you know, even just, we need to attack some location to find some magical artifact, and we need, you know, the support of your soldiers as well. And then you just come along in that way. You know, you could still finish the story and meet all your old friends again. So that would be a way in a non-linear story to still allow for, you know, having the consequences and having the payoff for all the story and the relationships you've already built. It's not as if they're completely gone. Who are you?
No longer besieged by chickens, I see.
Throw the dragons on the fire with the great Jarl. We shall devour them together.
That's a... Shall devour them together? What? Are we eating the Jarl? I hope not. And of course the whole chicken are dragons thing is the whole, oh, chickens are dinosaurs, you know. Oh, is that the...
Will your god water survive these flames?
It will. And should Heminger Jarl so desire, our god will be ready to accept him into the kingdom of heaven.
Tell me, what funeral gift did you manage to offer your Jarl?
Some Voda survived the fire. It will keep Heminger warm in Odin's hall.
If he's not careful, that vote will burn all of Valhalla down.
I like that they kind of give you these little nods. Oh, Halfdan is here. What are you? Who are you?
I've not seen your face among the Heminger clan. From where do you hail?
I come on behalf of the mighty Halfdan Ragnarsson of Northumbria to deliver a gift to the departed Hemming Jarl. These people are good drinkers and good warriors. Halfdan will be pleased.
So wasn't Halfdan here a moment ago? Ah, over there. Okay.
Brothers, sisters, kin and clan. It is time.
Wait.
Halfdan, it's good to see you.
Aye. If only our meeting were to take place during a more joyous occasion.
To come all this way, you must have known him well.
Not as well as I would have liked, but he was a fine warrior and an honest man. One I could trust, and I trust very few. To Heminger Jarl, Skull.
Aye, Skull.
That's also nice that they bring... I'm kind of worried that something horrible will happen here now. You know, it's the whole... We've played previous games, you know, where there was like, oh, there is this big celebration and suddenly everyone dead. Okay. Our lieutenant. Nothing to say, apparently. That said, I wanted her to have a conversation. Who is
Sure,
that?
old friend. It is good to see you here. Is Luvina here as well?
One of us had to stay in Jorvik. She wishes she could be here, but alas, our duties never rest.
Aye, never. Only Heminger Jarl has that privilege now.
Hjor always looks so, a bit disheveled. Disheveled? However you pronounce that. Have we talked to everyone we can talk to? Looks like it. No, wait. Is that the... Yeah, that's the guy that made our shield, the hermit.
I hardly recognized you outside of your cave.
I regret not seeing my great Jarl again.
You have done him a kindness by being here. Now do him one more. Have another drink. Or 10.
I was kind of like when I saw him standing over there, I first thought that was the hermit. But I'm glad that they brought the hermit here because he's like a nice sign of how smart Hemming kind of was. It's a nice way of quickly giving you an impression of a good leader, you know, of saying, well, you know, there are, you know, that he was kind of lenient where he could be, but you know, still didn't, you know, not corrupt, because like he still got made a hermit. He isn't allowed to live with the others, but they didn't, you know, just execute him. So that, you know, indicates kind of there was a good reason. Okay, so I guess here goes nothing. Oh wait. Vova.
You have seen what was needed?
I have. More than enough.
You have seen what was needed?
I have. More than enough.
What if I haven't seen more than enough? I just want them both to collaborate, like it was before, you know, kind of with Hemming. That you'd say, you know, like, we have Willy here, you know Willy, you like Willy, and he's still being advised by Tryggve, who kind of, what do they always say, will ensure continuity during the handover. Kind of like that, you know? I quit! You can't quit, you're a Viking. Oh. Yeah, it's kind of that situation, I guess.
Eivor, my father sets forth on his final voyage.
May the winds favor him.
The nobles have offered up their funeral gifts. All but you. Present what you have, and the celebration may begin.
Alright.
I have it here.
You've had it engraved, so...
A shield bearing the rune of Gugnir, exalted spear of Odin. May it guide this great man's aim. Eternal be your war strength, Hemminger. Drenched in battle dew, may you fight until the sky wolf swallows the sun.
Stand at my side.
Speak from your heart, Hemminger, son.
Today we mourn the passing of Hemminger Jarl of Snotinghamshire. My father. Our father. He was a towering force. A strength to fear and admire. Now gone. Yet together we are the example of his greatness. I see him in each of you. His love for battle, but also peace, for wisdom, sorrow, and joy. His generosity, his spirit. In you I see his life, and his love of drink. Gods, did he love drink? We are these things because he was these things. Father, we shall be to our children what you were to us. And when they are ready, we will meet you again. him a fine farewell.
Sunniva, ride to Hemthorpe and prepare the longhouse for the Althing. The next Jarl will soon take his seat.
Hemingr was the greatest man I have ever known.
I'm a bit confused. Why is everyone yelling? Hello, can I talk with you?
You have seen what was needed.
Okay, she says the same things. Oh, who are you? Don't think we've talked to you yet.
Ah, a thirsty foe. Sink it faster than me. You are the winner.
Okay. I guess we'll try the sorry. I guess we'll try the drinking game then. Just because we've already started talking with him.
Game without a prize.
Let's make a small bet because I suck at this game.
Ah, we drink.
I'm not really as good at this. I still don't have that balancing thing worked out. I'm losing this. He's already half ahead. Now I've lost it. Yeah, he's one ahead now. He was 2 ahead of me. Well, 1 2/3. Now I'm drunk and I've lost 100 coins. Great. Okay, so the shouting, like, I don't know, from some sounded kind of like they felt attacked or something, so that felt a little buggy. Alright, so I guess return to Sunniva. Let's run off in a random direction. That should have cleared up our head a little bit, landing in the snow like that. Let's see if we can climb up there. Yes, we can. Good. I mean, this is our fortification wall, so it's not as if we shouldn't... that music is weird. It's not as if you know, it should keep us out. So it's nice that we can just climb up. Alright. Anyone else? Any other funny things beside that drunk sleeping?
Have they given their Jarl a fine farewell?
They have. None drank so well and so deeply as Clan Hemminger's son.
The declaration of succession must happen soon, before we are too drunk and exhausted to remember our names.
Alright, I guess we're doing this now.
Call on those who must attend. The Alding will begin shortly.
Eivor!
You look uneasy.
Burdened by grief, drowning in mead, and paralyzed by a sword. I stand between that man and Jarldom.
You stand side by side, Vili. One of you must step forward.
My father placed us side by side because he trusted your vision. So what do you see?
No, Tryggve didn't want to. And I mean, he didn't want to either. Like, I'm still, you know, like, you know, in this day and age, kind of like the hereditary thing was the normal thing. And, you know, he was, you know, basically educated by being around his father, so he should know a lot about this already. You know, and about what his father did. That's kind of how that worked back then. The father raised his children, or the parents raised their children, assuming that they would continue their jobs. So that's something that you know, he is as qualified as you might get back in that time, because that's how it's worked. And you know, few other people got to have the insight into how a Jarl works like him. And he should have Tryggve as his counselor, right? So that's kind of what I'm assuming. On the other hand, you know, I would like to have Vili join Ravensthorpe. So, but I think I'll go with choice number 1 here. I will have to. It'll be interesting. Like, I don't think Assassin's Creed does big decisions yet that change the course of the story much. Like, it seems to all essentially just like waver around the same story core. A little more than, you know, other games. Like the Outer Worlds, I think, has embraced that more. That you can actually make larger decisions, and, you know, at the least a new character comes in to take in the position that the character you chose would do instead. And maybe it's to your detriment or to your advantage. But in Valhalla or other Assassin's Creed games, I have the feeling that they stick, you know, like, no matter what you decide kind of they stick a lot closer to having the same thing happen with the same characters. So I'm not sure what happens if we said, I guess this is, you know, this story will be done and it will probably only show up once more, like at a final battle or something, you know, like in Horizon Zero Dawn, where like the people you helped along the way show up for the final battle, nominally supporting you, but of course you still have to do all the fighting and things of your boss battles and things like that. So it's not as if, you know, it makes a big difference. It's just a story difference. And so I think here, with all the rulers of the different states or kingdoms, jarldoms, whatever you call them, you can actually make a decision at the end, because it won't have a big effect on the rest of the game, you know, because that character will only show up once in a small scene, and you can afford to record that scene twice with like both voice actors.
Drunk as you are, I see before me a man full of passion, vigor, and a love for his people. I see a Jarl. Your burden will get easier to bear. Take your father's seat and make it your own.
I will.
Good. Now let them know, Arstic.
People of Hemthorpe, of Ulkethorpe, of Snotingham. Today I pledge myself, as my father was, I shall be your Jarl. Hemminger was a hero, not for who he was, but for the people he led. With Tryggvi by my side, with all of you, we will have glory.
You have already learned that people prefer shorter speeches to long ones, Jarl.
It will take time to wear that title with comfort. My father never swore a formal oath with your clan. There was no need, for you are family. Let it be known, the Hemmingers and Clan Raven are true sworn friends from this day forward. Do you accept?
Aye.
Well?
Be fair, be just, and call upon us often, Arstic.
I'm sure I will.
Við komum Jarl Silfri á kaupstað við það. Vantaði oss mat meira en það helst saman. Við rifsuðu næsta bæ að uppsprettum.
So funny that he, like, you.
To know about this, it is time I returned to the settlement.
They switched him back to the standing animation, and then he was standing on the chair and then sliding off slowly. And he has his axe out, which is a little weird as well. I kind of wish there was a bit more of a nod to Tryggve, you know, taking, or a way to maybe nudge Tryggve in the right direction, you know? Getting him to, you know, more of a visual pledge of his support or something. But I mean, I like that he mentioned, I guess that's probably the line that changes, if Tryggve had chosen, or if we had let him, die with his Jarl, then, he wouldn't have said, maybe he would have said, despite us not having Tryggve, maybe that line would have just been missing. But, he just said that he just said that with Tryggve we will do this, and so I guess that was our nod to we kept Tryggve alive as well. Okay, what are we? At what age did I start bawling? Oh, that was long ago. That was early. Basically when I finished high school. And hi, Jivansis. Usually you say hi when you come in, by the way, so hi. But we can move on to the personal questions right away, that's fine. Alright, so I guess we're going back to Randvi now and finding out what's next for us. But we finished Snotinghamshire. Yay! And we've done the flighting with the flirty guy. Oh, what's this? We should at least do the mystery. I wonder, since I've only ever won one of the drinking games, I'm kind of wondering what they are actually for. Like the game description only says that you get charisma points from flighting. Ah, okay, that's the one with the kids.
Can we ask her to help break this tie? Good idea, Froda. Tall one, sit by the hayside if you vote for the woods. For the river, the side with the sacks of beans.
Hey! Where are you going?
The tall one does not want to play because the tall one is a big baby. Come on, tall one.
Hayside stools for the woods, side with the sacks of beans for the river.
It's both not very safe. Like river, I guess I go for the river because it's nearer the city. Yeah, I think I'll go for the river.
Come on, tall one.
Hayside stools for the woods, side with the sacks of beans for the river.
The answer is clear. We shall play in the river tomorrow.
Aye.
Now, the next matter for our outing. We need a name for our merry band. The choices are Raiders of the Cake or the Shadow Dragons.
Stools on the hayside are for Raiders of the Cake, and side with the sacks of beans for Shadow Dragons. Pick your seats.
Tall one, you too, just in case we end up in a tie again.
Raiders of the Cake is more fun.
Looks like we are tied. For now.
Tall one, we need your help once more. It is final. We shall henceforth be called Raiders of the Cake.
I like cake. Cake is delicious.
Now on to the next vote.
What should we do if we manage to capture a picked soldier? Stools on the hayside are for beating him up. Side with the sacks of beans for taking him prisoner. Vote!
It looks like we are tied. For now.
Tall one, we need your help once more.
So what were the choices again? I think Hayside was beating him up.
Hurry, tall one.
Let's go here and we won't know.
Hayside stools, the seats have spoken. We will take the prisoner for questioning. The badge of wisdom shall be awarded to those who voted for this. You too, tall one.
Remember, the more you know of your enemy, the better. Do not let any opportunity to learn more of them escape you.
Froda, you had better be writing these words of wisdom down. Thanks for the help, tall one.
The next generation inspires confidence. Snotinghamshire is in good hands.
That's, you know, it's kind of a pointless little mystery here. But on the other hand, you know, it's kind of, I like the observation of it. That, you know, children will try to imitate their parents. And so, of course, like, if, you know, there is a regular meeting of the adults where they make votes and decisions, then children will play voting and deciding as one of their games, and that's fine. It actually feels like, you know, that, like, these days, it's weird that certain things, you know, like, that there's, like, at least from my childhood, I don't really remember playing, like, a court or democracy or something as a game. You know, that was basically not at all on our radar. Which is kind of odd, thinking how important it is. Come on. Ah. Let's try that again. Alright, Nottingham back to Ravensthorpe. Alright. Let's run around here in the shadows until it has loaded. Jesus. Dodging attacks will lower your stamina, but landing attacks will recover some. Stay on the attack. That's because there was no Playmobil government pack to buy. Maybe, yeah. Or maybe we just don't wanted them. Didn't want them. English is hard. I English very goodly, I swear.
The gods are smiling on us today, Eivor.
Okay, she's no longer up. Why can't we talk to you? Aww. What's this? Have we read this yet? Gunnar, you did not give me ample... Ah, okay, that's Rima's goodbye note. Okay. I kind of like that. Like, I don't like that there, you know, that people just leave letters around and we kind of indiscriminately read them, invading their privacy. But that they keep events in the game kind of and remind you of them by leaving them around as these letters. You know, that aspect of it, that souvenir part, I actually like in Valhalla. That you know, like, you go to a house and say, I don't remember what we did with this character, and then you read a few of the letters inside the home and you go, oh, that was the person we did that mission with. You know, it's kind of a nice thing if you know, like, after a complete work day have forgotten everything you played in this game in the morning, and you can just come back and then refresh your memory. Okay, so let's see. We got an ingot. So yeah, we've got 14. So we can upgrade the Housecarl's axe once. And now we have 3 that need 11 each. Oh, and 19 is what this one needs. So again, the weapons are always more expensive than the armor. But okay, we're close to maxed out.
Nice to see Sigurd back where he belongs.
Alright, we can't really upgrade gear right now.
Put that gear to good use out there.
Kind of like Bridget. I'm a bit sad that she's basically just this, you know, since they did the joke with her that she, you know, only speaks Welsh and nobody understands her, we never really, you know, got to have any conversations with her.
Greetings, Eivor.
And that's, you know, somehow it feels a bit like a missed opportunity. On the other hand, you know, I mean, they have done...
May I see your stores?
They have done DLC.
You know you have use for this. There is always more where that came from. Done shopping for the day?
I'm off. Be well, friend.
I hope to see you soon.
So all these Assassin's Creed games usually get DLC a few months after release. And so it would be nice if maybe one of them involved, you know, getting to know some of the people in the village more. Like I could like even, you know, like there are some things that you can probably do to deepen Assassin's Creed lore or whatever and add extra missions for that. But I could also totally see them just going, okay, here, this is our, let's call it Assassin's Creed The Village DLC. But please no 10-foot tall vampire ladies. Although, I mean, that would be a nice nod, a nice joke. But on the other hand, that would probably be asking for a lawsuit. Alright, alright, we wanted to go to Randvi. No, we didn't want to stumble over a dog. Sorry about that.
Good day, my love.
Subtle. I'm sure. Is he? Oh, he's actually not here. Just for once.
I bring fair tidings, Randvi. Hemminger Jarl in Snotinghamshire has passed, but his clan remains allied to us.
Sad news, but you made the best of it.
I saw my old friend Willi on my visit. He's their Jarl now, and he's pledged to aid us in times of need.
Ooh, we got 100 raw materials. So we should be able to upgrade nicely. And I guess now we have one...
I want to see the Alliance map.
One place left, and that is Winchester.
Hytham received a message from Winchester, from someone calling himself a poor fellow soldier of Christ.
Your hidden ally. Very interesting. More targets, I assume.
Yes. So what do you think? Could it be a trap?
As a West Saxon stronghold, Winchester will be a rather unwelcome place for you. But that is nothing you cannot handle. If you go, do not go boldly.
make my way to Winchester. The letter asked me to meet a man in white at a house of God, and then recite this phrase. When pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the lowly cometh wisdom.
A passage from their holy book, I believe. Interesting. Go with care.
Why do I suspect a man in white? If you remember the Templar, the Knights Templar, I think wore white cloaks with a, I think red, or at least with a cross on it. So, that sounds suspicious. Like we might be infiltrating Templars there now. Oh, is there any letters here? Oh, and we've got... Right, we've got all the animals we caught. It's a little weird that we have an animal from one of our dreams.
Hey, my boy.
Is that Steinbjorn? Like, did he turn out as just a bear? Or am I misremembering that those are just the regular ones we caught?
A new letter.
Tevdur's letter. Oh, and Erke. Fancy-looking invitation with London seal to Eivor of the Raven Clan. Reeve Stowe and Erke cordially request your presence at the unveiling of New London. Your presence is not needed, but would be warmly welcomed after all you have done for our fair city. With love and fellowship, friendship, Reeve Stowe and Erke. In smaller writing below, Hi Broga. Okay. So I guess we'll postpone the last state for what we hear from these letters. Templar's letter. Eivor, a passage is crossed out. It feels so odd to put pen to vellum after all that took place. I have recovered, and am thrusting myself into eldermanly duties. Oh dear, have I started to speak like Kunon? Sometimes I feel his spirit linger, like he takes up a space in my brain and cannot be exercised. I ramble. If you still think of me and Gloucester as a friend, Gloucester, I think was how they pronounce it, then I welcome you to try the first cider of Alderman Tevdur, if you've time. God knows it is a long ride from your home to mine. Your servant and friend Tevdur. He's added a drawing of horns to his name. Okay. I should remember to go here after missions more often. It's a bit late now, but hey. Letter from Billy. Thank you for your aid, dear Eivor. You helped me say goodbye to my father and helped me find a place in this world. It's not much, but you should find a small token of appreciation with this letter. This axe belonged to my father and will be better in your hands than in mine. Okay, two-handed Dane axe. What kind of an axe is it? Hemming's axe. It's wolf. Okay. Oh. We got a jack-o'-lantern from that previous thing and can place it here. Nice. And we get to keep... I think it was... No, it wasn't Fulkes, it was the other... The church lady that... the healer that experimented on her people, right? That's where we got the book from. Ravensthorpe is now a proper village. How quickly time speeds along and how rapidly things develop. We can now build a few more expansions. Nearly burst our borders. Eivor, keep it up. And we... Alright. So yeah, we should probably... Let's first go to quests. Huh, so these are not missions in the actual sense. I'm a little bit sad about that because I might forget about these until next time. Ugh. Alright, let's first upgrade our village. Then we have to go to London, and we have to go to... Tevder was the thing on the left. What's it called? Gloucestershire. So I guess those are things we should take care of. Alright, first, I think the last thing to upgrade was over there. Ah, no. So the grain farm is 90. I think that was armor. This one is 90 as well. So we can only do one. This improves melee damage. So we only have 80 left. Yeah, so level 6 is the final one, and we need... Oh, now the sign has disappeared. That's interesting. And now we need 10 more or so. Okay, that was what we already read about the love story between their children. Okay, yeah, we've already read all these, sorry. I didn't want to start reading because I expected to be canceling. You know, to not fully be reading that stuff. Well, let's go over there and just see if I remember correctly. Wait, let's first look here. Yeah, we have 80 raw materials and we saw it was 90. So we don't even have to go over there. But we should have another feast. Just so we get all the bonuses. Does anyone... My problem a little bit is Suniva. I don't remember where we met her. Like, yeah, like, sure, you have, you know, like, she's obviously one of our villagers, but, like, I think we must have seen her before, right? She wasn't just newly introduced for this arc to say, hey, this is our helper. And I don't remember. Should look that up, I guess. Okay, I think since I kind of remember London more easily, we should go to Gloucester first. See if there's anything we can experience there. Or if it's just, if that was just flavor text. Although I don't remember, did, like the ones in London, the Reeves definitely said, hey, you can come by, but it's not required. But I don't remember if Tevder, whatever his name was. Was too eager to meet us.
Nowhere I'd rather be than should you change your mind. I will be here.
Yes, yes, I'll be there. Is that the Longhouse? No. That's a pub. Who are you? Oh!
Yes, we will still be doing Beltane celebrations come spring. Now, how are our seed inventories? Eivor, UK.
Hello, Tefter. Are you well?
I must say, the sight of you warms a weary heart.
Do we say you look like a true leader? I mean, he seems to be organizing things well, and he has the horned crown.
I like these. You have grown into your horns.
Holding two sides of the river together is no easy task. Makes me respect Cunan's composure.
And how is Gloucester?
It's been a kind and uneventful spring of my service. The druid Halewin says the gods are smiling on me. All of them.
After the effort it took to crown you, it's good to see smooth waters and stiff sails.
But enough of that. You deserve a diverting evening of friendship. Come. I've something to show you.
Yes. Show me something. There's no load indicator, it's just a... Ah, good.
So the cow pulls itself free and careers down the road, dragging the banner behind it.
Quite the spirited creature. You gave chase?
On foot! Almost all the way to Halewin's cabin! And then again, I looked the fool when they followed on horses. Eivor, may I ask, what is it that you seek forgiveness for? I was raised to be a priest, Eivor, so I know what a troubled face looks like.
I made a mistake. Many mistakes. That rolled together like snow thunder.
What mistake?
I would rather not say. There is nothing to be gained by gawking at a weeping wound.
Well, if you ever need someone to talk to, let let me shoulder some of that burden. If you have a need.
That is kind of you.
Damn it. I think I've done it again. Is that him? What do you think? I mean, the hair is right. And he is wearing the cross he trained as a priest. Let me look at you again. I mean, his chin looks a little more square, but I think I really should have gone with my early instincts and gone, okay, you can't trust anyone in the church in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. For the simple reason that the Order had some monks recruit people there. And I mean, he said something like, you know, he said something like, that he had been approached by people of the church, you know, that he was needed. Ah, crap. I think I've done it again. But it's kind of like you... I mean, this is kind of not in-game knowledge, you know? So like, Eivor wouldn't know this, so I don't regret having made that decision. But I'm feeling this might be unfortunate. While we're here, let's look at that. Whatever that mission is. But yeah, I think we'll be dealing with Gloucester soon. But I should probably go looking for the oil where the clue shows us.
Oh, Starlight, my Starlight! A swift death by a sharp sting separates us, both by lip and by heart.
Whether by land or by sea, we never shall part.
A fellow romantic soul. Perhaps you might be able to aid my plight.
What ails you?
A witch told me that one sting from the fuzzy little demon would steal my breath. But my love keeps bees.
You cannot deliver your love letter because there are bees in the way. I could carry it for you.
If you would do this kindness for Gil, then you must be a kindred spirit. Do you also enjoy the stamen and the petal?
I enjoy much of many things.
Oh, I had a feeling you would understand. I have painted my love in words in this letter. Let your romantic heart guide you.
If I find this love of yours, I'll deliver your feelings. I'm sure your words will lead me to your heart's desire.
Thank you! Oh, thank you, stranger! I shall call you Sunshine, for you broke through the clouds of my loneliness.
The sweetness of honey on the tongue, with the danger of being stung. It is like love, always a chance of losing.
Okay, did we get like his writings or something? Revenge note, Ricksogger. Last item is Gil's love letter. Oh, Starlight, my Starlight, I cannot bear the weight of my devotion. It pulls on my chest like a great beast, tearing me asunder from my ribs to my lips. You haunt me every waking hour. Your features so delicate, God himself must have painted them on with a fine brush. Your hair splays, bounces, falls in great locks of bracken tresses, whose eyes are that of as soft as a young calf and limbs as loose as a summer willow. I will await your answer at the northern beech tree at dusk. Okay, so we're looking for a beekeeper with bracken. Does that mean dark brown? All right.
Oh, Starlight, my Starlight! A swift death by a sharp sting separates us, both by lip and by heart. Have you given my letter to my beekeeping love? The hive is not far.
Okay. So I guess we'll be looking for... Is it that? Of course, I know, like, what a modern beekeeper's hive looks like. Oh, there's some riches back there. But I think I saw something that vaguely looked like a beehive back in the other direction. So once I've grabbed the key here and stolen from the people in that house, somewhere over there. Is that...
Starlight, Starlight. Which of these keepers of the bees fits Gil's poems?
Yeah, he said something about, what was it, the stem and the petal? So I guess that was code for, are you homosexual? So he's bald. So probably not. So I would say that dude here probably, he has long hair at least. Okay, let's just be sure to look at the inventory. So if my assumption that bracken means brown is right, which, you know, that word kind of doesn't make sense to me. Your features so delicate, God himself must have painted them on with a fine brush. Your hair splays, bounces, falls in great locks of bracken tresses, whose eyes are that of as soft as a young calf, and limbs as loose as a summer willow. Is that you? think these are the only 3 people. Yeah, so he has no hair. And the other guy, I guess the petal and stem, so I'll take it he wants a man. So that should narrow it down to this one.
Would you say that your hair could be described as bracken-colored tresses?
I beg your pardon?
An admirer of yours asked me to deliver a letter.
I know these words. I've kept the brothers of this letter beneath my pillow to finally meet my secret bard. I must go.
I've delivered the letter. Now to see if Gil has met his match.
Oops, I may have stood in some honey. Get my feet clean again. Rude. Alright.
I have kept your letters under my pillow to give me dreams as sweet as your words. Now I know my love is sweet as apples.
My starlight. It's as if my heart is to burst with this happiness. My love requited.
Now, tell me more of my lashes and how they are like the...
Your lashes? Why, they are beautiful. But they are a candle in the brilliance of your hands. So warm and strong in mine.
Good for you, Gil. Best of luck to you both.
Yes. Hi Jeff, how's it going? Hi. Bracken is confusing as a color. Green or reddish brown depending on the time of year. Okay, yeah, I mean he is... What? Yeah, so I think that reddish brown could fit, yeah. Good. I mean, he was the only man to have tresses, so that was kind of a very likely guess, but I still was slightly unsure. But since he said, oh, I have the other letters, yay, that kind of was like, oh, thank goodness it wasn't wrong. Good. We helped someone find true love. Alright. So that's about Gloucester, and I'm pretty sure we're royally screwed. The next time we meet Gloucester, it'll probably be under the control of the Order. Oh, and I think we might be able to... Yeah, I'm not sure if we'll be... Okay, let's quickly see if we can go to London and start whatever is going on there. But thanks for that clarification, Jeff. We're having a shorter stream today, so sadly you'll be catching about the last 15 minutes of stream. I posted in Discord, by the way, the schedule, so if Alright, where were we? Where are our reeves located? St. Paul's Governor's Villa. Probably there. So let's try that. Ouch! So yeah, I kind of want to at least start the short wind-up scene here. If you're missing the live stream recently but keeps watching the archive, oh, thanks. Good that the VODs are helping and are useful. There's also, if you run out, by the way, I'm also posting this stuff on YouTube.
Good enough to attract a horde of Vikings.
That's not a compliment, Eivor. That's just alarming.
But it keeps your back straight and your sword at the ready.
God's truth. I can't relax too much, otherwise I'll float away.
How is Erki? Is he well?
He is. God's kept his spirits and health up. He's waiting for me back at the governor's villa.
I would like to say hello.
You shall. We want to show you the result of all your aid.
Good. Lead on.
Eivor, you've come!
Alright, my webcam is starting to do weird things, so it's good that we're about at the end of the stream, but it seems to have recovered for a moment there. So let's see how long. Not even a hint of blood. Looks great here. Let's try that. Oh, webcam is doing weird things.
Up the place. Impressive.
Did you notice what we've done with some of the brickwork? Repurposed from old London.
And who are these people? There's a few faces I know already.
These are the good citizens of London, here to thank you for your help. Without you, these walls might have crumbled beneath the grasping vines of the Order. And we'd be but poor thieves of heathen scum. So we tip our wrists and raise our voices in thanks.
To Eivor!
Eivor! Eivor, Broga of Clan Raven, London shall ever house you in her welcoming bosom. Skål!
You see? Fresh bricks, a wash of paint. She looks brand new.
Trigger would have killed you for pilfering bricks from the Mithras ruins, no matter how vile that place was.
Well, it's a good thing London's new governor is rather fond of me and my schemes.
Don't you dare drag me into that job. I won't have it.
You rehearsed that for hours.
No speech from Easto after I saved your ass in Sussex?
No, I remember Sussex quite differently.
You're all patched up and not a leech in sight.
Aye. Odin saw me as too handsome for his hall.
And was it Odin who carried you around for months?
Oh, thank the gods he didn't. Stow cuts a much handsomer figure.
I don't feel like I have a target on my back when I walk through London these days.
It's a good feeling, isn't it?
And we did it together.
So eat, Eivor. Drink. Be merry. This is your celebration too.
Alright, so I guess that worked out well. And I guess we can talk to other people here.
Stowe gave me work manning the Springolds. No thanks to you. Still the best shot in London, I am.
There's drinking to be.
Oh, he's the drinking guy.
You look thirsty as a flaming fish. You win if you can down it faster than me.
Yeah, not the best time for me.
Smell that fear. Palpable.
I'm not a good at the drinker games.
How are you, Gita? Recovering from your loss?
I wake every morning, and if I am lucky, there's a moment where I forget. My Regna, my poor girl, is dead. But she is avenged. Thanks to you.
Take good care of yourself.
Okay. That was the mother whose daughter was used for experiments.
Go on! Vote for it!
Eivor, we want to apologize. With no idea what we were doing or why.
But Stowe got us sorted out. We're glad he gave us another chance.
Vengeful is the word of God. It's all words of God's, no?
I don't remember what these guys were.
And law.
I'm wondering a little, him saying he used bricks from the Mithras temple in particular. that kind of makes me think that we will find something here eventually. Upa, my commander, my friend. Oh, okay, that's the letter from Trigger, who is sadly deceased. Alright. Okay, so I guess that's it in London, but that's nice. So, I think this will be the point where we'll slowly start wrapping it up. Let's switch to the outro screen already. And of course we have to hide the cam here as well, because that's apparently yeah, not happy today. I'll have to see what I can do if there's anything like why after apparently pretty much 2.5 hours it starts going wonky. If that's something I can fix, if it's just using a different port or something, or if it's a defect. Alright, let's quickly go. We have skill points to spend. I think I'll just spend them all on ranged. We don't really get to assassinate that many people in this game. Alright, and let's look at, oh, not the codex, the order screen. So yeah, Stonehenge is probably where we'll be passing by soon. Because our next area to go to, if I don't remember, yeah, if I remember correctly, is Hamptonshire. So my guess is this is Stonehenge. So that's probably where we'll be headed next time. And apparently there is a beast down there that we can also take down. Nice. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Since it's Friday, have a good weekend, have a restful weekend, I hope. And I hope I'll see you again on Monday. Again, same time as today, about 2.5 hours ago at 7 AM Central European Time, 10 PM PST. And then we'll go to Hamptonshire and we'll see Stonehenge, and yeah, this will be interesting. Bye bye and have a great weekend.